Hello and welcome to Conversations. I'm your host, Susan Gagne. Today my special guest today is Tim Johnson from Creative Print Products. And if you are involved in a small business, have a family member, or have one possibly yourself, stay tuned because Tim is going to help you. Thank you so much, Tim, for joining me on Conversations.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. It's awesome. I'm glad because I know you're going to help a lot of people. First of all, Creative Print Products. Where are they located and how can someone find you?
We are located in Leominster, Massachusetts. We have an office at 803 Lancaster Street, right off of 117. You can reach us via our website at creativeprintproducts.com. You can also contact us at 978-534-2030. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/creativeprintproducts. So there's a lot of ways you can get in touch with us.
Awesome. And I just want to say to people, I know when I came down to meet with you and Dave Aronson, it's funny because Lancaster Street, it breaks off of 117. And
it's kind of hidden.
Yeah.
It's a little bit off to the side.
So just for people that are trying to find you, and I've been in Leominster a long time, so I had a little trouble, and so you're just kind of hidden on that little side street there.
If you're coming from the center of Leominster, you want to make sure you bear to the left a little bit, and if you're coming from 190, you want to take a right onto Willard Street, and it'll get you there just fine. Yeah,
and you've got a beautiful facility there. But Tim, what does Creative Print Products do, basically?
Well, Creative Print Products is a print management company. Now, a lot of times I say that to someone in an elevator speech, and they say, what? Print management? The way we work is we serve as a distributor. We work through a consortium of trade partners all over the country. We sell everything from business cards, envelopes, letterheads, to promotional products like T-shirts, decals. We do a lot of work with labels for chemical companies and things of that nature as well. So really full-service print management. What's nice about that model is that working through the consortium of trade partners, we're really able to find the lowest cost for a lot of different items that you might not be able to find by going to one single manufacturer. So we're able to save our clients a lot of money by going to all the right people.
It's economies of scale,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
So, and that brings me to the point, you know, for a small business, because you have very large customers like Reebok.
Sure.
And of course, it's great to have big businesses like that. But for a small business, they can basically leverage off of what you're doing for a big business. Isn't that really what's important for a small business?
And we work with a lot of big companies. We work with BJ's, we work with Reebok, we work with Commerce Insurance, and we do large volumes of printing for them. So what's nice is that because we're doing so much work, we're giving so much business to our trade partners, we're able to leverage those economies to scale. And for smaller businesses who aren't doing as much volume, they're able to get the low cost per unit savings that we can find them because we work with these companies on such large volumes.
And I think that's just huge. And just to continue with that point a little bit, because I think with a small business, you know, it's hard in this economy. You know, you're trying to not cut corners, but just trying to watch what you're spending. But you don't want to be penny wise and pound foolish. So, you know, I would encourage a small business still not to give up on like the marketing and doing, you know, certain outreaches to potential customers and your customers that you do have, because it's just so important to keep your business going forward.
Sure, absolutely, and especially like you say, the way things are now, the economy is very tight. Everyone's looking to pinch every penny and save every dollar. So we try to find ways for them to do that in a lot of different areas, and we do work with promoting and helping small businesses with marketing efforts as well. So
say a small business came into you and maybe ginned up a business card and some other things, and you looked at it and you were like, ugh, that doesn't quite work. Would you sit with them and help them?
Sure, absolutely.
You know, redo that or give them examples?
And we have an in-house graphic designer who's very good with that. And we have a really strong creative team there. So if someone comes to us and says, you know, we want to zazz up our business cards, we want to put a little more pop to our logo or whatever, we're able to sit down with them and provide consultative services as well, and make sure that they're happy with the finished product.
But would you show them an example? How would you kind of do that with them? Because, you know, it's hard because sometimes people, you know, they think they've done a good job and they're very proud of it, and then you look at it and you're like,
Yeah, we do
Being
that all
in
the
the business,
time.
you know, you look at something, you go, that is just not going to cut it.
Right, right, and we do that a lot.
Yeah.
We show samples to our clients, a lot of different kinds, to give them options and to maybe get the creative juices flowing a little bit more in their minds as well.
And maybe to get the certain pieces that you would provide to them to tell a whole story.
Right.
You know, because sometimes it seems like a lot of people have disjointed pieces, and you're like, okay, what are you really trying to say about your business here?
And again, what's nice about working with a print management company like us is we're able to see all the different facets, you know, working with large companies, working with a variety of vertical markets, so we can kind of pull all that together to help small businesses achieve that.
Now, you just said something, and I think this is a pretty new concept in marketing. It's called vertical marketing, and maybe a lot of people that are listening today don't really understand what that means. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, vertical marketing is when you specialize in one specific industry or field, not necessarily exclusively, but if you have a focus on a few different vertical markets, you become more of an expert at serving those industries. For example, I do a lot of work with banks and credit unions in Massachusetts, and having worked in that specific vertical market for a while, I've become aware of what their desires are, what their needs are, what they're looking to achieve with their printing, with their marketing, and everything else. So it helps me to offer them the advice and the service that they need in the best possible way. We have other individuals on staff who do a lot of work with promotional products for small businesses, and that's something that you could look at as another vertical market. So in focusing on these specific industries, you become more of an expert, and you can serve those industries even better.
Right, and don't you leverage off, like, you know, Commerce is a huge bank, but do you have any smaller bank customers?
Sure, we work with all size companies, and we have bank customers that are as small as 2 branches.
So would you be able to tell them, this is what I learned from dealing with a large business partner like Commerce, and say, you know, we already went down that avenue and it just didn't work?
Absolutely, and so we've had case studies of that left and right. We've had large bank clients that might have tried one marketing campaign that maybe didn't pan out the way they thought it would, and we have a smaller bank who's saying, you know, we're thinking of trying this. We can use that case study and say, you know, we saw this, you know, in practice, and it didn't work out so well. Here's what we learned from it. Here's how you can improve.
Right. It's either money well spent or it's money not well spent.
Exactly.
You know, so I know when we met last week, we also talked about something specific that I think you're really working on, and that's dealing with introducing small businesses into Facebook.